the 29th Black Engineer of the Year Awards Conference, co-hosted by Lockheed Martin Corporation, the Council of Engineering Deans of the Historically Black Colleges and Universities, and U.S. Black Engineer and Information Technology Magazine, and sponsored by Aerotech, welcomes you to the 2015 Black Engineer of the Year Awards Gala, sponsored by General Dynamics. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to welcome a true musical legend. He's the lead singer and co-songwriter of classic million-seller hits by one of the greatest groups of all time, the OJs. Please welcome the one, the only, Ed Levert.
Come on, y'all. You gotta help me out. 'Cause you know I do it with a group. I need y'all to sing along with me. Let me hear you say, come on. People all over the world, right? Join hands, ride for the love train, love train. People all over the world, ride, join hands, ride for the love train, love train. The next stop that we make will be England. Tell all the folks in Russia and China too. Well, don't you know that it's time to get on board and let this train keep on riding, riding on through. Come on, y'all, say, people all over the world, ride, join hands, love ride, train. People all over the world, ride, join hands, ride, love train. All you brothers over in Africa, tell all the folks in Egypt and China too. Well, please don't miss this train at the station. But if you miss it, I feel sorry for you. People all over the world, join hands, on a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands, on a love train, let it run, let it run. You better let it run, let it run. Get on, get on. I don't need y'all. Come on. Follow love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands. Let's change the lyrics. We'll say this. Come on now. People all over the world, join hands. Start a beta train, start a beta train. People all over the world, join hands. Start a beta train, start a beta train. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train.
And now, please welcome our MC. She's been in the news business since graduating from Hampton University. And in 2007, she became the morning news anchor at Washington's Fox 5 WTTG, where she also hosts the feature show with a Washington focus, Good Day, DC. Please welcome Allison Seymour.
Good evening. evening. How is everyone doing? I wish you could see what I see. I'm so happy to be here this evening. As a broadcaster with Washington roots, it is truly a special honor for me to MC this distinguished event. We have a lot of awards to give away, a lot of recognition, but we have to start with Ed Levert, okay? And of course, we cannot leave out Dr. Clarence Knight Band. They are something. Let's give them another round of applause. Literally thousands of STEM students, professionals, educators, and corporate leaders have come here to our nation's capital to attend this annual BEYA STEM conference. From college students taking their first engineering courses to senior executives managing the projects that change the way we live. The BEYA experience is one of the most all-encompassing gatherings of STEM professionals in the nation, with leaders from corporate America, the military, academia, and professionals at every level of accomplishment. The BEYA experience is learning, collaboration, professional development, support, and recognition, all in a trusted environment. We want to also let you know that BEYA TV is available again this year in your hotel rooms, Channel 84. Okay? And this evening is being streamed live over YouTube. Now, for the link, please go on Facebook, search Black Engineer of the Year. It's going to take you right to it. Well, next year marks BEYA's 30th anniversary, which will be celebrated in Philadelphia. You don't want to miss that milestone event. 30 years? 30 years? And with BEYA nearly 30, many who first attended these ceremonies as children now hold PhDs. Tonight, a former BEYA Award winner will see his daughter walk across the stage to receive her PhD. I love it. Yes. We'll also acknowledge the special long-term bond between a former corporate CEO and his ongoing commitment to this event. We'll see a legendary entertainer honor his cousin who is receiving an award. We'll meet 4 inductees into the CCG Hall of Fame, and we'll celebrate the success of a Morgan State graduate. Morgan State? Okay, Morgan State. Graduate who just became the White House policy intern for Megan Smith, Chief Technology Officer of the United States of America. Maybe a little bit more? All right. We also have an audience that's filled with present and past BEYA honorees. Now, if you've been a recipient of a BEYA award over these 29 years, we're asking that you please stand so that we can recognize you and applaud you. Wow. Yes. I love it. Now, as I mentioned earlier, BEYA is often a family affair. Attendees frequently bring their children and other young relatives to the gala and other BEYA events to witness the celebration of accomplished people who look just like them. So let's honor the legacy that is BEYA. If you've brought family members with you tonight, or if you're a student, please stand so we can recognize you. Passing it on. Now, I invite you to please turn your attention to our screens.
Beyond. Above. Further. Imagination is boundless. Innovation is an endlessly renewable resource. Lockheed Martin has extended the limits of the possible and expanded the realm of the practical for more than a century. Today, our customers face great technological challenges, Our planet is experiencing unsettling changes, and people around the globe are confronted by grave threats to freedom and justice. Some fear these challenges because the answers are hard, the outcomes uncertain. At Lockheed Martin, we solve the world's toughest problems through the world's most advanced technologies. This takes diverse talents, backgrounds, and cultures. People who refuse to compromise their values, fear the future, or relinquish the belief that the world can be made safer, healthier, and more secure. That's why our engineers are paving new paths of space exploration. Our experts are driving cyber criminals from the networks that connect the world. Our scientists are discovering new ways to preserve resources and sustain the environment. And why our program teams are delivering next-generation defense systems that protect our shores, our troops, and our allies. Innovation is not for the timid. The roadmap to the future is not for the fearful. We are Lockheed Martin, and we are engineering a better tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Chairman, President, and Chief Executive Officer of Lockheed Martin Corporation, Marilyn Hewson.
Good evening, and welcome to the 29th Annual Black Engineer of the Year Awards Gala. It is my privilege to be here with you, celebrating the outstanding accomplishments of so many impressive men and women. Tonight, we salute each of you for your significant career achievements and contributions promoting STEM education across America. You should be incredibly proud of your accomplishments leading up to this prestigious recognition. We are all eager to see you continue to succeed in the years to come. Congratulations. As you saw in the video, Lockheed Martin is a company that's focused on the future, engineering a better tomorrow for our customers and the world. It is our mission to help our customers solve the world's most pressing challenges, advance scientific discovery, and deliver innovative solutions that keep people safe and provide them with essential services. To achieve this mission, we must constantly push the boundaries of innovation, helping to turn today's era of changes into an era of opportunity. We know that breakthrough achievements come when we leverage the diverse perspectives, backgrounds, and experiences of the entire team. It's that spirit of inclusion that drives the innovation and creativity we celebrate tonight. Each of the 22 BEYA winners embodies tonight's theme, beyond the expected to the exceptional. You are the leaders in your fields, demonstrating technical excellence, and are role models for the next generation of STEM innovators. Lockheed Martin is proud to be a founding sponsor of this important event, and we value our longtime partnership with Career Communications Group and their chairman and CEO, Dr. Tyrone Taborn. Dr. Taborn, we share in your goal to help grow and develop the STEM innovators of the future. It's your leadership that has enabled us to advance this important mission. So we've certainly come a long way, yet we know we still have work to do. And that's where each of you come in. Inspiring and keeping America's future technology leaders depends on your continued engagement. Each of us must commit to inspiring the next generation and remove the barriers in their way.
We must show them the difference they can make in the world when they pursue a career in STEM. With your support, I am confident we will reach the brightest, most capable students and ensure the United States remains on the leading edge of innovation for generations to come.
Well, now we come to the presentation of our awards. The presenter of our Community Service Award is an industry expert in analytical technology for mass spectrometry. He uses his innovative skills to improve polymer fabrication in commercial aviation, including the composite-built 787 Dreamliner. He's also known for his tireless promotion of STEM education throughout his 21-year Boeing career. Please welcome Associate Technical Fellow, Technical Lead Engineer, and Senior Chemist for the Boeing Company, Dr. George A. Parker.
Thank you. Dr. Coleman, Deborah Coleman, expert, lead Senior Electrical Systems Engineer for the Boeing 737 electrical passenger seats, helps ensure its safety. But this is just part of her story. She's equally passionate about creating STEM initiatives to inspire upcoming generations. In 2010, Deborah found kids in science and engineering at Seattle's Kimball Elementary School for the third through the fifth grade students. They learn principles of electrical, mechanical, chemical, civil, aeronautical, environmental, and computer engineering. And these students follow the scientifics, creating hypotheses, conducting experiments, writing lab results, and giving presentations. The program is so popular that it includes weekly after-school programs, Saturday sessions, and summer school. Unfortunately, Ms. Coleman is not able to attend due to a last-minute family emergency. I know she would appreciate my reading her acceptance speech and remarks in her absence. I'd also like to add I'm just really proud of her and blessed to have her as one of my mentees there at the Boeing Company, and I'm expecting great things from her. It's a great privilege to serve others. It is my hope that in exposing young children to the world of engineering at an early age, they'll glimpse the endless opportunities and bright future available to them. I'm indeed grateful to my family for their loving support. I thank the Boeing Company for their financial support of kids in science and engineering for the past 5 years. I thank the parents, the grandparents, the teachers, administrators, volunteers who participated and given selfishly of their time and talent to our students to dream and soar. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage the first African-American woman to achieve 3-star rank and 4-star rank in the U.S. Armed Forces, as well as the first woman and African-American woman to achieve the rank of Admiral in the Navy. As Vice Chief of Naval Operations, she is the first African-American and the first woman to hold that post. Please welcome Admiral Michelle Howard.
Oh my. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will not be dancing tonight. And thank you for that introduction. The three-day BEYA STEM conference is known for its seminars, special programs for students and veterans, job fairs, and recognition events. This morning marked the HBCU Engineering Dean's Power Breakfast, featuring the Council of Engineering Deans from the historically black colleges and universities. Awards were presented to 13 distinguished men and women who are breaking boundaries and forging ahead in the STEM fields. As we would say in the Navy, full speed ahead. We want to reintroduce them to you now, so we'll bring up the house lights. Honorees, when you hear your name, please stand in the audience for recognition.
Zachary Barnett, Northrop Grumman Corporation. Michelle Blaze, ComEd, an Exelon company. Cindy Brock, U.S. Army. David Canada, The Boeing Company. Bruce Davis, Chrysler Group, LLC, FCA. Dr. Reginald L. Hobbs, Ph.D., Army Research Laboratory. Dr. Charles Alexander, Kimon Kamua, Air Force Research Laboratory. Marvy Moore, AT&T. Carmen Norwood, Lockheed Martin Corporation. Brian T. Scott, The Boeing Company. Dr. Emmanuel G. Collins, Jr., Florida A&M University, Florida State University. Dr. Pamela McCauley, University of Central Florida College of Engineering and Computer Sciences. And Marvin D. Carr, who was just named White House Policy Intern for Megan Smith, Chief Technology Officer of the United States of America.
Thank you, everyone, for that enthusiasm. Let's give them all a great round of applause.
Now here to bring gala sponsor greetings on behalf of General Dynamics is General Les Lyles, a retired Air Force 4-star general, former commander of the Air Force Materiel Command, and Vice Chief of Staff of the Air Force, a previous recipient of the BEYA Lifetime Achievement Award. He is chairman of the board of the United Services Automobile Association and serves on several major corporate boards, including General Dynamics. Please welcome General Les Lyles.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm proud to be here on behalf of General Dynamics and our CEO, Phoebe Novakovic, to show our corporation's ongoing support of BEYA and to celebrate Carol Bennett, a General Dynamics employee receiving the President's Award later this evening. I'm also proud of all of tonight's honorees. You inspire others with your commitment and your achievements. All of you demonstrate that differences in race, ethnicity, gender, and experience provide the environment in which diversity of thought can flourish. And it is that diversity of thought that makes us all stronger and, on a human level, better and richer. BEYA provides a forum for leaders in the public and the private sector to come together to develop current and future generations of STEM professionals. This is an area that is critical to the success of our nation. As a retired member of our military, I've seen firsthand the role that science and technology plays in securing our nation, both militarily and economically. We need organizations such as BEYA to remind America of the importance of STEM education and those jobs available in this field so we can inspire the next generation of innovators. I encourage all of you to take advantage of what this conference has to offer. Just look around you. Here in this room sit the next generation of exceptional workforce talent. Talk to your fellow participants about their experiences, their goals, and the technical achievements they're making in their jobs.
Share the information with others when you get back to your offices. Take time to mentor a young person and share what you've learned along the way. These discussions are clearly the pathways to success. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't also take this opportunity to congratulate Tyrone Taborn for his relentless effort and dedication to STEM and STEM education. For nearly 30 years, Tyrone has created awareness of significant achievements in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics professional careers. He and his team inspire and promote excellence in our youth by telling your stories as you strive for success. So on behalf of General Dynamics, I thank you for your contributions to science and technology and wish you a wonderful, great evening. As I think about the future, the honorees we're going to recognize tonight, each one of them has a story. And I want you to listen to those stories. And I'm sure you will recognize that almost all of them began their association and love of science and engineering when they were young kids. And certainly this connection between education as early as possible to stimulate interest in STEM is very, very, very valuable, which is one reason why BEYA recognizes STEM education. It is my pleasure to present the K-12 Promotion of STEM Education Award to Akua F. Kuyati Tate, a champion of STEM education. Akua leads the National Arts Integrated Development Program at Wolf Trap Foundation for the Performing Arts that focuses on math, science, and engineering for preschool and kindergarten students in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area and indeed around the country. Now, let me just add, for those of you who live in this area, when I say Wolf Trap Performing Arts, you normally think of just the performing arts that they're so renowned in. But Wolf Trap has another mission, and that mission is education, and particularly education related to STEM, specifically using art to stimulate interest in science, technology, engineering, and math. Under Akua's strategic leadership, this program has expanded to include classroom residencies, professional development workshops for educators, and family involvement workshops for parents and caregivers. Its success affirms her belief that young students exposed to STEM subjects continue to expand their interest in STEM as they get older. Now, I will tell you, as a member of the board of directors of the Wolf Trap Foundation, I've seen firsthand in classroom what this program can do for young kids. And I would tell you, as an engineer, it blows your mind and will really inspire you when you see a classroom of preschool kids singing and reciting the 6 steps of engineering as they solve the problem of the 3 little pigs and from the old fairy tale. I am proud to present Akua F. Kuyati Tate.
Growing up in the 60s and 70s meant that guidance towards STEM careers was lacking for a child like me. And although I excelled in math, performing arts sparked my passion. I quickly realized that the arts integrate across disciplines. And now, as leader of Wolf Trap Foundation's national education programs, we ignite the desire to learn STEM and the arts in 4- and 5-year-olds across the nation. Whether creating patterns through dance, acting character roles to resolve problems, or analyzing how sound vibrates, young children are empowered. I especially thank General Les Lyles and the many corporations here who are our partners for your leadership and investment in the lives and education of young children. Thank you.
Now, please welcome to the stage the Boeing Company executive who leads the overall strategy, contracting, daily management, and development in the indirect purchasing supply chain. She also serves on the Boeing Enterprise Supplier Management Leadership Team. Please help me in welcoming the Vice President of the Shared Services Group Supplier Management Organization for the Boeing Company, Joan Robinson Berry.
Good evening. Before I have the pleasure of introducing our next honoree, I want to speak to you about something that's especially close to my heart. Many of us are fortunate to work for companies and organizations that have made a commitment for BEYA over the years, in some cases 20 years. However, the issue of helping our students' success and to actually achieve their best is an enormous and profound and very difficult task. And each one of us must make a personal commitment to support them in any way we can. This morning, we announced at the Dean's Breakfast that a student from Morgan State and a student from Prairieville will receive a $500 scholarship from Linda Gooden and Ron and Michelle Atkins. Well, guess what? In a matter of hours, the word got out. Everyone said, you know what? I need to be in that kind of situation to be able to give. So it started with a little conversation during breakfast, and then General Leo Brooks, former, now at Boeing, said, I'll give $500 to Morgan State. Then Anina and Tony Matoya said, how about me? $500 for Howard University. Then Darrell Warner, another $500, Southern University. Jim Wigfall, North Carolina A&T. And then I said, well, I like Southern University, count me in. Then Brian Scott said, I'll take Tuskegee University. Norma Clayton said, I'll take another $500 for Tuskegee University as well. And then Ted Colbert, our Chief Information Officer, said, I want to take Morehouse. Dolores Alexander said Clark Atlanta University. But then Bill Swanson, former Raytheon, said, you know, I'm going to come around, I'm going to take some in that as well. And you pick a school, Joan. And then it just went on and on. Stephanie Hill, Hampton University. Bo Leslie, Alabama A&M. Eric Anderson, Morehouse. Virgil Griffin, Morgan State. Sid Abernathy, Hampton. Michael Ford, he said, I'll take another. University of Maryland East Stone. Pam Carter, University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Then Delphine Reed, Alabama A&M. And let me just tell you, it goes on and on. Fanae Harris, Harry Williams, Daryl Drawl. Here's just a little bit of the excitement that we're having about giving. So would you like to continue the journey and give to our students with scholarships to our historically black colleges and minority institutions? Please join our team. And I know that you also know that we had a campaign just 7 days ago. We established the crowd-raised giving website called www.Count Us In Organization with the goal of raising $100,000 to provide individuals an opportunity to come to BEYA. 7 days ago, the budget was $0. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, today we've raised over $35,000. This fund is an extension of the Foundation Educational Development Program, a 501c3 program founded in 1993 and chaired by our wonderful and leader Tyrone Taborn to promote STEM to the underrepresented men and women through professional and career development, educational programs, award programs, and career placements. He created this foundation to raise funds to pay for transportation and housing. He called a few of us, and we partnered with him to make sure it was possible for all the students that want to attend BEYA can come. We don't want to turn any of them away. Does that make sense? We encourage you to continue to make this a priority, and I want to thank you for your personal commitment. What's more important, is that we're investing in our future. And speaking of our future, I have the wonderful opportunity of presenting our next K through 12 Promotion of Education Award to a first-time attendee back when she was a young child. So you heard about that generation of legacy of attending BEYA? Well, here's one for you. As an 8th grade science and STEM teacher in the inner city of New London and Groton, Connecticut, Erica Watson, yes, Tony Watson's baby, created hands-on activities for students to experience science, engineering, and other careers. She actually had an opportunity to sail a ship, the Amistad, from Connecticut to Washington, D.C., and to recruit STEM professionals, including the Coast Guard Commandant, admirals of Navy nuclear subs, sonar engineers, physicians, and other STEM professionals. And then she decided to pursue her master's degree in emerging infectious disease. She is truly a representative of what is important for STEM educations. She inspires her students every day and is definitely deserving this recognition. I am so proud to present this award to Erica Watson.
Good evening. Thank you to God and thank you to Joan for introducing me this evening. Such an honor to be here. I started loving science in 3rd grade because of my lifetime mentor, Claudia. In 7th grade Girl Scouts, which my mother forced me to join, I was inspired to study human disease by a Navy-based pathologist. I remember walking into the hospital and meeting this man and sitting down with him and looking through the microscope with him to analyze the different morphology before me. Refusing to put my children in daycare as a single mother, my children and I attended undergraduate classes together, and it was there, through the experiences with my professors, that I discovered a true love of teaching. My dad, Admiral Tony Watson, a BEYA Engineer of the Year and first African-American submarine nuclear admiral, takes us to BEYA each year, and because of that influence, I am an aspiring physician today. I am fortunate to share my passion for science, for academics, the medical field, and national security to keep America strong. I'd like to give some thanks tonight. I'd like to thank my mom, who raised my sister and I, my dad, again, the Navy guy, Sharon, for doing such a great job with our family, Lindsay, my sister, who's a singer and entrepreneur, Michael, the most handsome man in the room, and my 2 biggest pride and joy, Sasha and Joaquin. Sasha, who's an aspiring physical therapist, and Joaquin, who's an aspiring pharmacist. I'd also like to thank my New London, Benny Dover Jackson family, whoop whoop, and Groton Public Schools. Thank you.
With a 30-year career at Northrop Grumman, the presenter of the Corporate Promotion of Education Award is currently responsible for the direction and management of all socioeconomic business program issues from a corporate perspective. Please welcome the Corporate Director of Global Supplier Diversity Programs and Government Relations at Northrop Grumman Corporation, Gloria Poulani.
Good evening. T-Saclosa has been motivating students since he was a young man. When he entered California State University, Long Beach under the Equal Opportunity Program, He was one of 6 founding members of the Hispanic Student Business Association, the only Hispanic business association on campus. He organized summer internships and developed relationships with corporate recruiters. Now, 28 years later, as Northrop Grumman's corporate manager for global supplier diversity programs, he works with historically black colleges and universities, Hispanic serving institutions, and tribal colleges and universities to provide subcontract opportunities and a pipeline for employment. I'm proud to present Tizak S. Loza.
Thank you, Gloria. My parents had in high school an elementary school education and owned a used appliance store. Through sacrifice and hard work, my father became a maritime engineer and my mom stayed at home. They wanted a better future for their kids. Mom was devoted to our education. She went to night school and learned modern mathematics to help us. I dedicate this award to my mom and regret she's not here to share it in it. However, I have my wife Celia, my children Tizak and Maritza, and of course, my Northrop Grumman family are here. I hope I've been a good example for them to learn, for them that learning is a lifetime experience. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Chairman and CEO of Career Communications Group, Tyrone Taborn.
Wow. During BEYA's 29 years, I have really been fortunate to work with many CEOs who have greatly inspired me. Among them is the former CEO of Raytheon, my dear friend, William Swanson. Bill, please join me on the stage. They put me on teleprompter because they know I'm going to get emotional. Let me tell you about Bill and Cheryl. Supporting diversity and talent development was never just part of his job while he was at Raytheon. It is part of his being, his DNA. And it is what he continues to do going forward. Bill, you know our personal friendship goes back to nearly the beginning of BEYA. And I won't tell any of those early stories. And throughout that time, you have never, ever wavered in your commitment to fairness, equality, diversity, to the company, to our country, or to me, and this conference. Now, what do I do when you already are Black Engineer of the Year, when you still wear your Black Engineer of the Year pin? What can I give you for so many years of what you've done? You don't need another award. You don't need another medal. But what you do need, and what I want Cheryl to have, is something about the memories that we in our journey have created. Now, I created an album for you, and I don't want you to go down memory lane. That album is so big, so I'm shipping it to your house. But what I thought I would do is put that album as well on a CD so you can upload it. Be like the high-tech kids and we can give it to folks. So I brought this for you, not just to look at the memories that we've had in the past, but the many memories we will continue to create.
Ooh. Thank you, Ty, for your kind words. I'm pleased to accept this recognition on behalf of Raytheon and its teammates. I especially want to thank the Raytheon members of the team who have supported me and BEYA for the last 25 years. I love you all. I truly do. It's been a true honor to work with you and with BEYA all these years. I remember back to my first BEYA, way back in the early 90s, when only a few hundred people attended the event. Now look at the activities. It's a full-fledged production with a year-round impact. Ty, this would not be possible without your passion for making a difference in the lives of others. You have been such a wonderful partners to Raytheon and to me personally, and we've traveled on our diversity journeys a quarter of a century by my count. You've helped me when I was Raytheon's first diversity champion, and it continued when I became chairman and CEO of Raytheon back in 2003. I wanted to apply my leadership to diversity and inclusion with the goal of making Raytheon a place where all employees are respected, accepted, and valued, and able to perform to their peak potential. Over the years, we've moved from awareness to action with an emphasis on diversity of talent and thought. Behind this focus is a simple but powerful idea that diversity is a foundation for innovation. There's still more work to be done, as the upward journey never stops. It's like climbing stairs. You just take the next one to reach higher and higher. Now Raytheon's path to the future is being led by the company's new chairman and CEO, Tom Kennedy. Tom shares a commitment to diversity and inclusion. He believes and is passionate about the same things I believe in. So I know Raytheon's in good hands and will remain a role model for diversity and inclusion as it continues on its journey upward. I'd like to welcome up a friend, Tom Kennedy, to say a few words, and he will also introduce the recipient of the Most Promising Engineer in Industry Award. Tom?
Well, good evening to everyone here today and tonight. Bill, I wanted to thank you, not just for actually introducing me, but I wanted to thank Bill for all he's done for the Raytheon Corporation over his tenure as chairman and CEO of the company. Bill really did bring diversity and inclusion to the company, and he's been passionate about it from day one. As Raytheon Chairman and CEO, I wanted you to know that, like Bill, I am a strong supporter of diversity and inclusion. One of the first things I did in my new role as a Raytheon Chairman and CEO was to reaffirm Raytheon's commitment to diversity and inclusion, and above all, to BEYA. Tonight, it is my honor to present the award for the Most Promising Engineer in Industry. Now, this is about the American dream. This is about what America is about. Despite the limitations posed by her native culture in Kenya, where females were less valued than males, Jane Odero Green's mother, who had not herself graduated from high school, encouraged her daughters to pursue the same education as her son. Jane clearly succeeded despite many obstacles. Today, as an information security engineer with Raytheon, Jane assesses cyber threats and vulnerabilities, evaluates their potential risk, and implements information assurance to ensure cybersecurity for the Navy's Air and Missile Defense Radar program, which is a next-generation radar which significantly enhances ships' abilities to detect air and surface targets, as well as the ever-proliferating ballistic missile threat. Please join me in welcoming Jane Odero Green to receive this award tonight.
I left Kenya for the United States at 17, dreaming of becoming an electrical engineer like my father. I became a single mother during my junior year, struggling to raise my son while completing degree requirements. I returned to Kenya, one college credit shy of it. I eventually earned my degree, but faced degrees of failure. My response? I learned I could achieve success by overcoming failures rather than giving in to them. That has led me here, humbly accepting this recognition with the single intent of being a positive role model to my children and other aspiring engineers. My dream at 17 has finally come true. Thank you.
The presenter of our next two awards has been the president of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County since 1992. During his tenure, he has established the university's exceptional reputation in science and math education, with special emphasis on minority participation and performance. In 2014, U.S. News & World Report ranked it among the nation's leading institutions for best undergraduate teaching. Now that includes Princeton, Brown, Stanford, and Yale. Please welcome the 2013 Black Engineer of the Year and the pride of Hampton University, Dr. Freeman Hrabowski III.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. A student with exceptional drive, Lieutenant Andre Douglas began his career in 2008 as Electrical Division Officer aboard Coast Guard cutter Vigilant. He supervised shipboard electricians, managed maintenance and repair budgets, and became Engineer of the Watch. He also assisted the lead engineering officer with overseeing $8 million in shipboard repair work. Based on Lieutenant Douglas's superior performance, he was selected for the Marine Engineering Postgraduate Degree Program and graduated in 2012 with dual master's degrees in Naval Architecture and Marine Engineering and in Mechanical Engineering. He's currently at the Marine Safety Center, supporting marine safety, security, and environmental protection programs. I am proud to present Lieutenant Andre Douglas.
Good evening. Ever since I was young, I had the thirst for knowledge and a curiosity about how things worked. My mother exposed me to math and science at an early age. And my father showed me how engineers use math and science to do their jobs. Growing up, those subjects came naturally to me, so I decided to develop them. And I'm thankful my parents guided me along my journey. I never dreamed it would take me this far, to this place, to this very moment. I'd like to thank all my friends, my family, my mentors, my peers, and my subordinates, because no one gets this far without help, guidance, teamwork, love, and support. Thank you.
And now for our next honoree. As a graduate student, Dr. Anthony Plummer, Jr. had already authored 3 peer-reviewed journal papers, 1 book chapter, 12 conference papers, and had received numerous awards for technical research. After receiving his PhD, he joined the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory, making critical contributions to government-sponsored programs using sophisticated software for computer network performance analysis. As an expert in Java development, relational databases, and network analysis, he led software development for an Army network performance analysis tool. He currently leads engineers and computer scientists supporting a variety of software needs for government sponsors. I am very proud to present Dr. Anthony T. Plummer, Jr.
Growing up, I felt I had the natural ability to tackle most challenging tasks. However, during later grade school years, I did the required work but didn't reach my full potential. As I entered college, I realized I had to take my schooling seriously to be successful. My father was an engineer, and from observing him, I knew that engineering provides a challenging and rewarding career. So I decided to take charge of my life and strive to do my best in all endeavors. This attitude continues to this day. Thank you, family, friends, and coworkers, for all of your support. Thank you.
I grew up in the inner city on the south side of Youngstown, Ohio. My mother worked hard to raise 5 children, and my father was a truck driver. I remember vividly my father rising early every morning and driving off to far-flung places to deliver his wares. Sick or well, he rose and went without complaint. Now, there were many children in the neighborhood, and there are many children in the inner cities today whose parents work equally hard, yet their star seems to fall on the wrong side of the success divide. So that's the difference between people like us who are successful and those who lose their grip on progress. I think today's theme holds a clue. The difference lies largely in how we cultivate our heritage, how we describe what we see when we see how we came to be.
Now, we are here together celebrating 29 years, but I think we can all agree that we all look forward to celebrating BEYA's 30th in Philly, right? Now, as we said at the top of the program, we just want to remind you that tonight's event is being streamed live over YouTube. In this age, go to your device, tell your friends. They don't want to miss out. So for the link, please go to Facebook, search Black Engineer of the Year, and that'll take you right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 BEYA Emerald Honor Scientist of the Year is a highly accomplished subject matter expert in radio frequency sensors, circuits, antennas, and integrated electronics. He's received more than 25 patents, authored 40 papers in peer-reviewed publications, and co-authored the first reference textbook in the field. Please welcome the Boeing Company's Senior Technology Fellow, Dr. Julio Navarro.
Good evening. I always wanted to make that shorter, but thank you to all of you. On Thursday night at BEYA's 2015 Emerald Honors and Trailblazers dinner, I was privileged to be among distinguished scientists and innovators who were honored there. My friends, my colleagues who came from industry, government, research institutions, academia, and nonprofits are at the forefront of research and discovery. I would like to recognize our Emerald Honors winners now, so when you guys hear your name, please stand.
Dr. Marco Enriquez, the MITRE Corporation. Dr. Onome Scott Emakpour, Air Force Research Laboratory, Aerospace Systems Directorate. Dr. Jonathan D. Madison, Sandia National Laboratories. Justin McDade, General Motors Company. Dr. Jin Wang, AT&T Labs. Dr. Darnell Diggs, Air Force Research Laboratory. Dr. Ann Cow, the Boeing Company. Dr. Sharon Norris, the Boeing Company. And George Coles, Jr., the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory.
Congratulations to all of you.
The presenter of the Technical Sales and Marketing Award is responsible for identifying and developing leaders, aligning managers with AT&T's vision and priorities, and employee engagement. She also oversees the award-winning AT&T University and the company's efforts to leverage its long-standing leadership in diversity and inclusion to drive sustained innovation and growth. Please welcome the Senior Vice President of Talent Development and Chief Diversity Officer for AT&T Services, Incorporated, Debbie Story.
Thank you. Good evening. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Gina Davis. Gina Davis delivers a powerful 1-2 punch. As a technical solutions architect in Bedminster, New Jersey, she leads with deep industry expertise, and she follows that up with incredible customer rapport. Gina oversees AT&T's hosting and cloud-based unified communications global opportunities. She then turns that knowledge into crucial pre-sales support for customers on cloud products, services, and solutions. Outside of work, Gina is president of Papillon. It's an organization that focuses on urban issues, women's matters, and economic development. And she's also on the board of Virtual Visitation, providing teleconferencing services to senior citizens in nursing homes. Gina lives her life always asking and attempting to answer the how question. And her passion now is to see young Black girls become just as excited as she is about creating the future through technology. I am so proud to present Gina Davis.
Hi, everyone. I want to start off by saying that my God is a way maker, okay? If it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't be here today. I'm so proud and blessed to have had a career working on leading-edge technology. That's what gets me up every morning. Yes, I am a geek, okay? I ask myself, like a lot of my friends did, like, what did you do to deserve this phenomenal honor? Because actually, the things that make me most blessed aren't even on my resume. I want to be remembered for what I did that makes my family and my friends proud of me. I love them with all my heart, and I ask them to please grow old with me because the best is yet to come. Thank you.
The presenter of the Professional Achievement in Industry Award is Dr. John Tracy, the Chief Technology Officer of the Boeing Company and its Senior Vice President of Engineering, Operations, and Technology. In his role, he's responsible for Boeing's engineering function and its centralized R&D team. He is a decade-long champion of BEYA and has worked tirelessly throughout his career to support diversity and inclusiveness in the workplace. Please welcome Dr. John Tracy.
I'm pleased to introduce my Boeing colleague, Dr. Alejandro Diaz, or Alex as we know him at Boeing. Alex has been our space exploration team since 1998, and he plays an integral part in ensuring our systems let mankind safely visit the frontiers of outer space. His many accomplishments include overseeing an effort to integrate spacesuits, spacewalks, and crew survival equipment into the design of NASA's Crew Exploration Vehicle, and leading a team that simulated life on Mars through an extended, secluded visit to a research site in southwest Utah. Please welcome Dr. Alex Diaz.
Thank you, John. As I donned my scuba gear to enter the neutral buoyancy laboratory in Houston for the first time, I pondered how I had arrived at this point in my career. I was about to dive with the astronaut crew in support of their preparation for an International Space Station assembly mission. I recall the difficulties that my family and I faced when we first immigrated from Peru to Los Angeles and how we overcame those challenges. I dedicate this award to my parents, whose hard work and sacrifice made everything I've been able to accomplish possible, and to my beautiful wife, Jennifer, and my amazing children, Sky, Isabel, and Sophia, for their unconditional love and support. Thank you.
The presenter of the Professional Achievement in Industry Award is responsible for planning, design, construction, and capital maintenance of the wireline and wireless network across AT&T's national footprint, including Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. Please welcome Senior Vice President of Construction and Engineering for AT&T Services Incorporated, Veronica Bloodworth.
Shelby Marbury keeps millions of us connected every day. As an AT&T Network Engineering Manager in Southfield, Michigan, she oversees 2,700 cell site locations across Michigan and Indiana. Prior to joining AT&T, she was a NASA researcher where she developed food-growing products and enhancements that they use for extended space missions. And even before that, she was at E-Systems, where she designed cooling systems for military aircraft during Desert Storm. You want to talk about impact. Shelby pursued engineering because she's long understood how technology impacts us all. She's passionate about and hopes that her journey and the challenges she's overcome will help her and the young people here and give them the courage to overcome their challenges and achieve their full potential.
I love you too. That's my hero. When I graduated from high school, my dad became ill and lost his job. Yet, he managed to put 3 girls through college, 2 engineers and 1 pharmacist. Though engineering school at Tuskegee University was challenging for me, I knew I couldn't quit because of the sacrifices that he and so many others had made on my behalf. I began working in telecommunications in 1996, and I facilitated the first office application of 2G cellular technology. Now we're at 4G. I've learned that the possibilities for innovation are endless. As long as you dare to dream and don't quit, you can change the world. So in the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and blaze a trail. Thank you. And I love you, honey.
The next presenter of the Professional Achievement in Government Award serves as the senior military officer overseeing most of the nation's civil works infrastructure and military construction. Please help me in welcoming the 53rd Chief of Engineers and the Commanding General of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Lieutenant General Thomas P. Bostic.
Good evening. Go Army. And thank you for supporting our military all over the world. I have an honor to introduce a great American tonight. An expert in water resources engineering, Dr. Michael C. Sterling is the hydrology and hydraulics practice lead for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, our Southwestern Division. He directs water resources engineering projects, feasibility assessments, engineering design and maintenance phases in all or part of 6 states, including 74 reservoirs and 760 miles of local protection facilities. Michael has also worked with several federal and state resource agencies to address floodplain management, navigation channel design, coastal sediment management, and reservoir operations. During his career, he has published more than 30 peer-reviewed journal articles. I am proud to present Dr. Michael Sterling.
I was born to be an engineer, but I was not always inspired to become one. Now, my family always encouraged me to develop my God-given talents, and I thank them for that. But as a 7th grader, a 13-year-old, well, I was uninspired as a science student. Then entered my science teacher, Miss Elizabeth Hawkins. She stared at me through those horn-rimmed glasses and told me that I was required to enter a voluntary school science fair. Of course, I entered that year, and the next, getting better and better each year. Then in 11th grade, I won the Central Texas Regional Science Fair, besting over 700 other exhibitors. And I became a finalist at the International Engineering and Science Fair that year. So I'm grateful to all those who helped me along the way, including that 7th grade science teacher who ignited my passion for science. Thank you.
The presenter of the Professional Achievement in Government Awards is responsible for Boston Scientific's global manufacturing and distribution of its services and products as a leading innovator of medical solutions used to diagnose or treat a wide range of medical conditions, including heart, digestive, pulmonary, vascular, urological, women's health, and chronic pain conditions. Please welcome the Senior Vice President of Manufacturing and Global Supply Chain for Boston Scientific, Brad Sorensen.
Good evening. Major Tiffany Rivera's expertise in engineering and space capabilities has helped maintain air and space superiority. Early on, her unique ability to translate technical documents made her the only U.S. Air Force member fully qualified to assess and repair battle damage on 3 strategic aircraft platforms. She was later deployed to Germany to prepare C-17 combat missions supporting Operation Iraqi Freedom. She then led a team that engaged in 3 improvised explosive devices which prevented possible detonations and potentially saved lives. As Pentagon spokesperson for the Air Force's Assistant Secretary of Acquisition, she currently prepares leadership for congressional testimony and briefs Congress on budget requests. I'm very proud to present Major Tiffany Rivera.
Do you remember me? I was that kid you sponsored for a seat at the back of the BEYA ballroom 15 years ago. I'd never seen so many professional, educated people of color, people who looked like me. I promised myself that night I'd be one of them, and here I am. My father, my mother, and my mentors told me I can do anything and helped me erase the limitations I put on myself. So today, I challenge you, you students in the back, to take my place. And when you take this podium in 15 years, you won't have to ask, because I will remember you. Thank you.
Okay, that's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about. Love that. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2010, Career Communications Group inaugurated its Hall of Fame recognition. Inductees selected each year are all previous BEYA or Women of Color winners. More importantly, they have continued to reach out, to spread the word, and be actively involved in our mission to make STEM education a priority and career choice among our young people.
During our Hall of Fame ceremonies, each inductee is presented with an official Hall of Fame commemorative coin. Every element on the coin has special significance. 7 spokes of the gear that cradle the world are the 7 pinnacles of human technology developments integral to our existence. 10 stars around the shield reflect the talents and opportunities that have aligned in their favor. Above the shield, the stars honor their ethical standards, innovative drive, creative spark, remarkable ingenuity, and extraordinary dedication. 5 stars below are the shining lights of family, friends, community, education, and employer. Each Hall of Fame inductee also receives 10 coins, accompanying by the following task: that as you go about your daily life, you are to give a coin to someone who has made a difference to you, or someone you feel strongly about, or someone who holds great promise. Ultimately, you are charged to give all your coins away. Likewise, those you give them to should give theirs away in a similar manner. The ultimate reward is if you eventually receive a coin back, for that means you have completed the circle of inspiration.
During the course of the STEM conference, we have been recognizing different members, so please join me now in welcoming 4 Hall of Fame inductees to the stage. Assisting with the presentation is Joan Robinson Berry. From General Dynamics Land Systems, the Senior Vice President of Engineering Development and Technology, Sonia Sepabon. From the Boeing Company, Vice President of Business Development for Global Services, Pam Carter. From the Boeing Company, Vice President of National Security and Space Group Government Operations, Leo Brooks. And from EMC, Director of Programs Management, Glenn Arnold. Let's give them a round of applause. The presenter of the Dave Barclay Affirmative Action Award is a 36-year veteran of the Boeing Company who is responsible for everything from leadership development, training, and diversity initiatives to employee relations, compensation, and benefits. Please welcome Senior Vice President of Human Resources and Administration, Tony Parasita.
Thanks, and good evening. Throughout his career, Ozzie Pierce has been driven by a passion for diversity and employee rights. A great colleague and an outstanding leader, I see that passion every day as he strives to accelerate Boeing's progress in developing and retaining diverse talent. I've had the opportunity to work closely with Ozzie while he served as our acting Chief Diversity Officer. I learned that Ozzie is a source of great leadership and inspiration. He reminds us that challenge and adversity are opportunities to grow and to display true character and integrity. I'm proud to present my friend and colleague, Ozzie Pierce.
Good evening. I'm humbled and honored to receive this award, but I want to emphasize it is very much a Team Ozzie award. Throughout my life, I've been lucky to be surrounded by great people, people who love and support me, my mother, my grandparents, several influential teachers, countless colleagues, mentors, and leaders. Like many of you, I've faced challenges in my life. But these people help equip me with the tools to stand tall, keep moving forward, and without them, I wouldn't have had the wonderful life that I've had thus far. And certainly, I wouldn't be standing here receiving this incredible honor. So thank you.
The presenter of our Outstanding Technical Contribution in Government Award is a recognized expert in inspirational leadership and high performance. He achieved the dual honors of being the first African-American pilot to fly as a Blue Angels and the first African-American commander and flight leader of the Blue Angels Precision Flying Team. He was recognized as the 1989 Black Engineer of the Year. Please welcome Captain Donnie L. Cochran, U.S. Navy, retired.
Good evening, and go Navy. With his highly accomplished technical and leadership abilities, Major Mark DeWiz Fulson is Acting Deputy of the Military Satellite Communication Directorate and the Space and Missile Systems Center Selective and prestigious Independent Readiness Review Team. He is well-versed in flight test discipline, program management, and root cause corrective action knowledge for advanced satellites. Mark's mastery of system engineering principles has made an immediate impact on a highly critical advanced satellite communication project that will provide a game-changing capability for our nation. Previously, he advised senior leadership on go, no-go decisions for the launch of 9 national security satellites. It is my pleasure and honor to present Major Mark DeWiz Fulson.
Well, thank you to Captain Big Time Cochran for introducing me. And how about this wonderful band? So I'm kind of tall, so I have to kind of duck down. So I'm the son of outstanding parents. My father, William, an Air Force veteran, a New Yorker, architect, structural engineer, and inspector, took me and my brother flying as kids. My mom, Yvonne, registered nurse of 35 years, fulfilled the American dream, still while nurturing our St. Kitts and Caribbean roots. This heritage of STEM and cultural diversity fueled my passion for designing and flight testing the newest airplanes, weapon systems, and satellites for our heroes that are deployed. It also inspired my wife, Mary Lou, and me to encourage our sons and young people around the world to use their brilliance to create technology that protects our troops and gives our world hope. So I'd like to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for this blessing and honor. I'm humbled. I thank my excellent wife, Mary Lou, for all her support over these 8 years. I thank my family and friends and my great commanders and mentors, some of them are in the room, my great teammates that lift me up. I couldn't do it without them. And to the BEYA leaders that fuel this wonderful organization, I thank you. Go Air Force.
The next presenter of the Outstanding Technical Contribution in Government Awards is the 18th Commander of the U.S. Army Materiel Command, the Army's premier provider of material readiness to ensure dominant land force capability for the war fighter and our allies. Please welcome the Commanding General, General Dennis L. Vai.
Good evening. Doretha E. Green has more than 20 years of engineering experience in the chemical and biological arena, specifically in advancing technologies used to detect and identify hazardous chemicals and chemical warfare agents. Doretha's technical expertise allowed our Army to integrate specialized detection technology onto a manned reconnaissance vehicle, then onto an unmanned platform, and finally to demonstrate its use as a standalone handheld detector in military operations. Her work is credited with saving countless warfighter lives by keeping personnel away from chemically contaminated areas. I'm proud to present Ms. Doretha E. Green.
I excelled in high school science and math classes, but my favorite subject was history. My rural Arkansas high school did not offer advanced placement classes in math or science, and I was unaware of career opportunities in engineering. After getting high ACT scores, I started receiving college scholarship offers for engineering. I was reluctant to accept, but my father wanted his little girl to take advantage of this opportunity. He lived long enough to see me graduate and leave home for my first job as an engineer. Because of his encouragement, great teachers, and mentors, I stand here tonight. Thank you.
Now it's my honor to present the Corporate Promotion of Education Award. Gayla T. McMichael's commitment to recruiting talented young scientists and engineers allows the U.S. Army Aviation and Missile Research Development and Engineering Center, or AMRDEC, to be the premier aviation and missile research organization, providing warfighting capabilities to our brave military men and women. Her leadership of AMRDEC's educational and diversity programs ensure that we maintain our leadership capabilities. This year, she led events for more than 13,000 students. Gayla is enhancing minority opportunities in science and engineering through current and new outreach programs, and has established Army ties through new education partnership agreements with 7 historically black colleges and universities. I'm proud to present Ms. Gayla T. McMichael.
I grew up the teacher's child, a product of the public schools of Houston, Texas. At an early age, my parents, both educators for 40+ years, instilled in me the importance of education and striving for excellence in everything I put my hands to. I indeed put my hands and a screwdriver to a lot of things, including toys and electronic devices that good money had been paid for. I don't think this was quite what they had in mind as they guided my ambitions and insatiable curiosity for how things worked. But I think they will agree it was worth it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the BEYA Stars and Stripes National Military Alumni Chair, Vice Admiral Walt Davis, U.S. Navy, retired.
Well, good evening. Well, last night was the 10th annual Stars and Stripes dinner. And the purpose of that dinner and our events were to inspire youth to pursue engineering careers and honor top blacks in the military. Among them are the awardees whose names you're now seeing on the screen. Well, that event has become one of the nation's largest events recognizing active and retired admirals, generals, and members of the senior executive service and the enlisted force. It was hosted by the United States Air Force, who I must say did a wonderful job of showcasing engineering in the Air Force. How many of you were with us last night? I'm sure all of you who attended will agree it was also a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see many of the hidden talents that were revealed on stage last night, including, should I say, one unnamed admiral's moonwalk. Well, I want to thank General Les Lyles for his leadership, but for the first time in BEYA history, we had the 3 top leaders of his service participating in our event. Congratulations, Air Force. But during the day yesterday, we also held the BEYA Stars and Stripes Veterans Transition Initiative, which included seminars and networking for veterans to enter the STEM job market. And later, we held our BEYA Stars and Stripes Mentoring Program under the leadership of Vice Admiral Andy Wins, where we had more than 175 active duty flag and general officers in SES. Pretty good, huh? Well, those 175 mentored 430 students from 37 high schools in Maryland, Virginia, and the District of Columbia. And I must say, there's no finer gift that we can give to our young people than our interest and belief in them. For their future and the future of the nation, we commit ourselves to building the military's engineering pipeline. Thank you.
The presenter of the Outstanding Technical Contribution in Industry Award has executive responsibility for all engineering and logistics processes, program execution support, and people-related development initiatives across Northrop Grumman Electronic Systems Eastern Region locations. Please welcome the Vice President of Engineering and Logistics for the Electronic Systems sector, John J. Buckley, Jr.
Thank you. Good evening. Philip A.L. Lovell began in our radar system engineering department and has made major technical contribution to numerous key programs, including ground-based, unmanned air vehicle, and fighter radars. He currently oversees our model-based design and producibility for our antenna systems and has received more than 20 technology and trade secret awards. Philip also works in our Innovation Center, the Technology Underground, to develop and mature his ideas. 2 examples are his manipulation process for thermoplastics to reduce the cost of high-speed circuit boards, and his current effort to develop additive manufacturing techniques for growing electronic circuits. I'm proud to present Philip A.L. Lovell.
It's good to be up here. Wow. Thank you, John. My eldest cousin knew I was destined to be an engineer. Early on, when I stubbed my big toe and proceeded to use the process of heat transfer by blowing warm air into my hands and transferring it to my toe. Engineering is a never-ending learning process with challenges and rewards, as evidenced by this honor. So many good people have been in my corner, supporting my efforts and guiding me. My mentors and colleagues, former professors, friends, and family members, especially my wife and son, who I love so much, for putting up with all my innovative engineering dinnertime discussions. Yes, that is true. I am honored and humbled. Thank you, and God bless.
The next presenter of the Outstanding Technical Contribution in Industry Award currently leads a worldwide team at IBM Research that's responsible for creating the next generation of cognitive systems in the Watson family. Please welcome the Vice President of Cognitive Computing, Dr. Guru Banavar.
Thank you, and good evening. Dr. Darby So is the driving force behind IBM's focus on innovative analytic solutions used in hospitals' intensive care units worldwide. Darby began his career as a researcher working with me. I've seen Darby's courage and humility help him overcome life's challenges and emerge stronger. With his passion for healthcare, he led an international project to develop a system for real-time insights from patient monitoring data. Today, this groundbreaking work is changing critical care. It's bringing situational awareness to the bedside, helping physicians be more proactive, and leading to improved outcomes. I'm proud to present my friend and colleague, Dr. Darby So.
Thank you, Guru, for the great introduction and also for being such a great mentor. So I grew up in Dakar, Senegal, in a wonderful family that made huge sacrifices so I would have the best education to achieve my dreams. But beyond academics, they developed in me proper manners and freed me from any preconceived limitations that may bound my potential to excel. So when I left home at an early age to study, I quickly embraced these values that are now carrying me throughout life. These values turn dreams into reality. I truly believe my work is transforming critical care by the grace of God. So to my family, who's represented here today by my wife, this is really your award. Thank you all.
The presenter of the President's Award is the Senior Vice President of the Intelligence Solutions Division of General Dynamics Information Technology, leading a worldwide organization that provides high technology and cybersecurity solutions for the U.S. intelligence community, selected DoD commands and agencies, their coalition partners, and NATO. Please welcome Bernie Gary.
Good evening, everyone. At General Dynamics Information Technology, we count on Carol Bennett to lead teams that support our national security customers and our nation's critical infrastructure. Ms. Bennett develops unique and complex technical approaches in managing a significant classified program for a premier intelligence community agency. Her innovative initiatives include a collaborative methodology to effectively communicate with personnel who are supporting difficult and challenging missions and are deployed around the world, often in harsh and remote locations. She has teams 4 deployed this evening. Carol Bennett's technical mastery, professional achievement, mentoring, and community service inspires us all. I am very proud to present Carol Bennett.
Thank you, Bernie, and thank you, General Dynamics Information Technology. When I was young, Granddad challenged me that he'd give 50 cents for every paper and $1 for every test that was a perfect score. I was so motivated that I'd run home to immediately begin working on my homework. My mom had to tell me to take my coat off. I also needed silence to study, so I'd lock myself in the bathroom. My siblings would just bang on the door and I wouldn't let them in. I learned early in life that if you work hard and strive for excellence, rewards come. The cream of the crop always rises to the top.
Okay, what's the secret? Why did Carol get the James Brown walk-up music? That's what I want next time I walk up here, all right? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Eddie Levert is back again to honor his cousin, Ernest Levert, who is a BEYA Award winner this evening, and he's not alone. There are 30 Levert family members in the audience to celebrate this occasion. I'm not playing. There they go. I told you, I wasn't joking. So please put your hands together. Welcome Eddie Levert performing Family Reunion.
I'd like to say a few words, if I could. My cousin Ernest has always been there for me, even during those times that I was struggling, trying to sell those records. And we'd be up on my tour bus, and we'd be talking, and, you know, I never realized how great his achievements were until I got to looking at this USBE magazine and all the things that he's done to affect the world. And he's my hero. He's been an inspiration to me. And I am so proud of him. I think that what he's done is so great. Because see, he's done it not only for, he's made the people that love him proud of him. The people, his friends, are proud of him. His cousin is very proud of him. And I'd like to sing this song for you, Ernest. From me to you. It's so nice to see all the folks we love together, sitting and talking about all the things that's been going down. It's been a long time since we've had a chance to get together. Nobody knows the next time we see each other, maybe years and years from now. Family reunion, a family reunion, family reunion. It'll be nice to come together, get together. And if Grandma was here to see what she has done, I sure miss her face and a warm and tender embrace. Offspring from his daughters and sons, y'all sing a family reunion, a family reunion. We gotta have family reunion. It'll be nice to come together, get together. Let the rose ever knows it's good to see ya. Shaking hands, making
So, as if that wasn't enough, that personal serenade, here now to present Ernest Levert is the Executive Vice President of Lockheed Martin's Missiles and Fire Control Business Area. It is tasked with the development, manufacture, and support of advanced combat, missile, rocket, and space systems, and provides technical services and logistics support for our military, including the U.S. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Special Operations Forces, and dozens of foreign nations. Please welcome Rick Edwards.
Well, thank you. And I know you were hoping that Eddie would do an encore, but we'll get to that too. A Lockheed Martin fellow, Ernest D. Levert Sr., is in an elite group of less than 1% of our company's technical workforce. During his 28-year Lockheed Martin career, he has directly impacted our leading-edge programs, including Army Tactical Missile Systems, the International Space Systems, High Mobility Launch System, and Multiple Launch Rocket System. Renowned worldwide, Ernest recently became the first African-American elected to the International Institute of Welding Board of Directors. Devoted to encouraging youth in engineering, he has been a Scoutmaster since the age of 18, and half his current Eagle Scouts are following his lead. I'm proud to present Ernest D. Levert Sr.
Thank you. Good evening. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, inner cities, where in junior high school, I was called the foolish dreamer, who would never achieve my goal of becoming an engineer. When I was 17 years old, Mother Smith came to me on a Sunday and says, "Son, come here." I had a vision that the Lord said, "You're going to be a world leader." And I replied, "Shy o' me?" And as I walked away, she popped me aside and said, "Come back here, boy." I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "Keep God in your life, and He will lead you down the path to success." And I did. I stand for you today as international renowned rocket scientist. So I want to thank God, Mother Smith, my family, friends, my church members, Lockheed Martin, the American Welding Society, and my wife, Rhonda, of 29 years. Just remember, with God in your life and faith in yourself, you can set and achieve your goals no matter what you're told. Thank you.
The presenter of our Career Achievement in Government Award is the commander of the Air Force Research Laboratory, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio. He is responsible for managing a $2.1 billion Air Force science and technology program and an additional $2.3 billion in externally funded research and development. He is also responsible for leading a government workforce of approximately 6,000 people in the laboratory's 9-component technology directorates and the 711 Human Performance Wing. Please welcome Major General Tom Maselio.
Well, good evening. I can't tell you how proud I am to introduce Jacqueline Toussaint Barker. Jackie, as we know her in AFRL. She is a true airman innovator. She was the first African-American female branch chief in her technology directorate, overseeing a $55 million budget and 16-member R&D team. In 2011, Jackie served as a program element monitor at the Pentagon, overseeing a $100 million science and technology portfolio for sensors and cyber development programs. She was the first civilian and African-American to serve as chief of the Commander's Action Group and was fully committed to executing the AFRL mission. Jackie recently accepted a division chief position in the Sensors Directorate, and I'm confident she will continue to lead with excellence. I'm unbelievably proud to present Jacqueline Toussaint Barker.
Wow. First of all, it's kind of hard to follow behind a Levert, so. But I'll do my best. Good evening, everyone. As a little girl growing up in New Orleans, I didn't talk much in kindergarten class. I daydreamed, color in my coloring book, but I loved recess. My kindergarten teacher interpreted my behavior as an indication I was slow, and informed my parents not to expect much from me academically. My mom informed the teacher that yes, she did, that I began reading at the age of 3, and I read the local newspaper. The problem, I was bored. So you can guess who won that debate. My family always told me and my siblings that our lives matter, and how you treat others is a reflection on your family and your community. I want to thank my husband, my family, my Air Force family, and especially my Air Force Research Laboratory family. Thank you very much.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here with a special tribute to 2015 Black Engineer of the Year, Ed Wellburn, is Dr. Clarence Knight Band, featuring the entertainer back from her first national Broadway tour of the musical Sister Act, Miss Flory Bagel.
There's a hero if you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach within your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. To carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone, fears aside, and you know you can survive when you feel like hope is gone. Look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that I hear all lies in you. That I hear all lies in you. That I hear all lies in you.
To deliver our Pass the Torch remarks, please welcome back to the stage the 2014 Black Engineer of the Year, Vice President and General Manager of Lockheed Martin's Information Systems and Global Solutions Civil Business, Stephanie C. Hill.
Good evening. And let's give another round of applause for Flory Bagel. She was awesome. It is certainly my honor to participate in this extraordinary occasion as we applauded the accomplished men and women who have walked across this stage tonight, as well as those honored at Thursday's Emerald Honors and Trailblazers Dinner, Friday's Modern Day Technology Leaders Luncheon, the Stars and Stripes Dinner, the Student Leadership Awards ceremonies, and this morning's HBCU Engineering Dean's Power Breakfast. I know we all share immense respect for our colleagues' extraordinary accomplishments. When I stood here a year ago, I talked about the importance of hard work, encouragement, and support from others to accomplish great things. That's why our rich BEYA legacy is so vital to our own personal and professional growth as individuals, our collective pride as a people, and our advancement as a nation. We must share knowledge with one another, laud each other's accomplishments, and most important, look to those who are coming up and mentor them, connect, inspire, encourage, reach out, lift up, cheer on, do whatever it takes to bring them along. Each of us knows someone in our own lives whose words or deeds kept us on track. As we look toward next year's 30th anniversary celebration of the BEYA experience, let's reflect on all of the leaders who have gone before us, and let's personally commit to be that voice of encouragement and inspiration so that we can truly make a difference in the lives of others. You need not look any further than our 2015 Black Engineer of the Year for that inspiration. Ed Wellburn, whose father owned an auto body repair shop, knew at a young age that all he wanted to do was design cars. He was only 11 when he wrote to GM and asked, "How do we get a job in this company?" GM wrote back and gave him suggestions that ultimately influenced his decision to attend Howard University. During his 40-year career, he has personally reached out to countless young people who have written him over the years asking his guidance. Today, Ed holds the highest ranking position as an African American in the entire automotive industry. So certainly, he has a superior track record of performance, but he's also achieved this because he leads with inspiration. He acts with passion for his industry, and he mentors with an appreciation for the true value of humanity. It is indeed my honor and my privilege to pass the torch this evening to an extraordinary leader and role model. To tell us more about Ed Wellburn, please welcome to the stage the Executive Vice President of Global Product Development, Purchasing, and Supply Chain for General Motors Company, Mark Royce, and former Superintendent of Atlanta Public Schools, board member of several companies, including General Motors, and the 1988 Black Engineer of the Year, Errol Davis.
Thank you, Stephanie. She did a wonderful job, really, of repeating a lot of what we're about to say. So we're going to ad-lib here a little bit. Yes, Ed did start young. He started drawing pictures of cars at age 3. As you've been previously advised, his father, along with his brothers, did co-own a body shop in Philadelphia. So cars are in Ed's blood. It's all in the family. At age 8, he went to the Philadelphia International Auto Show, and after seeing the Cadillac Cyclone concept car, he told his parents he wanted to design cars for General Motors. He eventually got his wish, and the rest, of course, is history.
Well, that's right. You know, while attending Howard University, majoring in sculpture and design, Ed was accepted into the GM internship program and was eventually hired into GM design staff in 1972. Years later, in a Newsweek interview, he said, "It was the first time somebody black was putting sketches up on the board. I quickly realized I was representing more people than just myself."
During the early 1980s, he helped design the wildly popular Cutlass Supreme. He also designed the teardrop-shaped Oldsmobile Aerotech, which was tested by racing legend A.J. Foyt. It set a new world land speed record for a closed course at 259 miles per hour. A.J. and Ed forged a seemingly unlikely friendship. A.J. sometimes teased Ed for wearing what he called Detroit shoes. So he gave Ed a pair of Tony Lama ostrich skin boots that Ed still has, but I do not believe is wearing this evening. Ed continued his rise through the company, designing Buicks, Oldsmobiles, and other GM brands. Among vehicles he had his hands on were the Oldsmobile Intrigue and many top-selling sport utility vehicles, including the Cadillac Escalade, Hummer, H2, and Chevrolet Avalanche. In 2003, Ed made history, of course, by becoming GM's chief designer, the first African-American to achieve that position at any automaker in the world.
Yes, for sure. And you know, Ed is just the 6th design leader in the entire history of General Motors, and the first to lead the organization on a global basis. He created a network of 10 design centers in 7 countries: the United States, Germany, Korea, China, Australia, Brazil, and India. And yet he maintains a personal connection with his design staff, traveling to all of those far-flung centers regularly to be not only a leader, but also the mentor, teacher, and great coach that he is. He's been a very calming influence on our design staff. No one is afraid to try different things. They love working for him. Ed and his team of more than 2,000 men and women are responsible for the design development of every GM concept and production car and truck in the world. Despite the name of this award, Ed is not an engineer by trade, but he certainly knows engineering, and he is hugely respected by everyone in our company at GM Engineering. The relationship and partnership between design and engineering has never been better, and as a result, our product portfolio has never looked better in our history. Look no further than the newest Corvette Z06 or the Buick Avenir concept that was just introduced for proof of this. It is because of Ed's design sensibility and his leadership. He is able to imagine a vehicle and see its soul. More importantly, he can draw it, he can sculpt it, and he can express this better than anybody I've ever met. And for that, I'm grateful. And so is everyone at GM, especially our board and our senior leadership team in General Motors.
As a member of the board, Mark, I certainly would validate that. Under Ed's direction, GM designs and creates vehicles with style and performance that meet the needs of millions of people across the globe. Vehicles created under his watch have won Car and Truck of the Year awards too numerous to mention. Let's look at a short video and see what else some of his other colleagues have to say about him.
You want to ride like a boss? Well, so did Ed Wellburn when he was a kid.
Nickelodeon celebrates Black History Month, honoring Ed Wellburn, car designer.
When Ed was little, he wrote a letter to one of the biggest car makers in the world to find out how he could get into the business, and they actually wrote him back. He followed their advice and grew up to become their top designer. He even designed one of the fastest cars in the world. Thanks to Ed, I know that before I can drive, I've got to learn how to ride.
Ed is a really a class act. He has the ability to be very, very effective as a leader by being passionate about design, being very expressive in a quiet way, and really driving excellence in everything that he does.
I attended Howard University with the intention of becoming a special effects designer for Hollywood until I met Ed. Ed is who introduced me to the car design industry. I thought to myself, like, wow, this is something I could do. It's crazy to me because it was something I had never thought of. It never occurred to me. Now, 8 years later, I'm now working for General Motors, one of the best car design companies in the world.
Ed has this calming power like no other, and it keeps us focused. We know what we are here to do, to add beauty to the world through our products. It is no surprise to me that Ed is receiving this award. He has been one of the best mentors I have had personally.
Ed Wellburn is a visionary. He's been a huge influence in my life. Many years ago, I read an article about him, and it inspired me to get into the field. As a result of that, here I am, 26 years later. I'm still inspired, and the best part is he's my boss.
But unbeknownst to me, Ed was orchestrating the Aerotech, which was a rocket ship. And it was being done in the basement in a dark corner, down by the wind tunnel. I saw the tail kind of poking out of the darkness, and that was Ed's project. I knew then that he's a performance car guy.
Mr. Welburn, my colleagues at Howard University join me in saying, congratulations, a job well done. Howard University could not be better represented by alumnus than you.
His position at design is quite an accomplishment. And I would say even more so because General Motors itself really created design function within an automotive company. So there's a tremendous legacy at GM in the head of design as that position. I can't wait to continue to do things with him.
Ed is a great designer, an inspirational leader, and a terrific person. I can't think of a better honoree for this year's prestigious Black Engineer of the Year award. The number of young people he has inspired and the impact he has had on the design community is simply beyond measure. On behalf of the entire GM team, congratulations, Ed.
Ed is so soft-spoken. I can't recall the last time he's been upset.
What did you touch?
It fell over.
This is an absolute disaster. My office in 15 minutes.
Yes, sir.
And I think you know where that is.
No, sir, but I'll make sure I'm there.
This is an absolute disaster.
Wasn't that great? And I can tell you that that's just a little bit of what Ed does every day. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2015 Black Engineer of the Year, my great friend, Mr. Ed Wellburn.
Thank you, Mark and Errol, for the kind words. It is a great honor to be here this evening and accept the 2015 Black Engineer of the Year Award. This is a very special moment for me. For a kid from Philadelphia who just wanted, yes, that just wanted to design really cool cars. All of this is incredibly overwhelming to me, it really is. Although I stand here today as GM's Vice President of Global Design, I know it is only because of the encouragement and support of so many along the way. First and foremost, this includes the loving support of my parents, who always gave me the confidence to follow my passion of automotive design at a time when there were no African American designers at General Motors. By the way, my father, who is 96 years old, going on 97, still lives with me back home in Detroit, and I know he's going to be thrilled when I tell him about this evening. I can't wait to do that. I'd like to thank my daughter Adrienne and her husband Michael, who are here to share this very special evening with me. They're in the audience tonight. I'd also like to acknowledge my inspiration, Jesse Elliott, who's here in the first row, and my GM colleagues who took the time to travel to Washington on this weekend. I can't thank you enough, both for your leadership and your friendship. I'd also like to thank the many men and women of GM's Global Design Organization. I am proud of the work that design team does. And two examples of which you can see in the back of the room: the beautiful Cadillac El Mirage concept car and the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. They're just two of the examples of the work that my team is doing, and I'm just so proud of that work. My passion has always been design. Simply put, that is what I do. And I've been doing it since I was 2.5. I have always believed that creativity and innovation are very much a part of everything in life, no matter what your occupation is. Because of this, I feel that there's a great opportunity exists for all of us in this room tonight to encourage and inspire creativity in young people. That is why the legacy of organizations such as BEYA is so important, because just like my parents did, it is the responsibility of all of us to join together and carry on the very important work of educating and encouraging the future generation of young people. Thank you again for this great honor, and please enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Ed Wellburn. Yes. Because of you, Mr. Welburn, I will save my money and buy a Cadillac for myself one day. And I'm going to think of this moment when I do that. Anyway, here's to next year in Philadelphia with BEYA 30. Good night. God bless.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Black Engineer of the Year Awards. In 1986, the Black Engineer Awards Conference began recognizing the contribution of blacks in science, engineering, and technology. Before then, brief references about the contributions of a few black scientists were all that we heard. Still, we were proud to hear about them, but hearing about the past is not enough to motivate our future, our youth. We know that history books are not updated to keep our young people continually informed about the advancements made by the new black scientists. So in many of their minds, they cannot hope to compare themselves to the legends of the past. This alone makes the Black Engineers Award even more important. In honoring the contributions of Black Americans, we honor them to inspire our young people, to inspire and secure our future.